Good morning, Flosstube. It is the beginning of my second half of September vlog. Welcome to No Makeup and Bedhead. I stayed up late last night. I stayed up late for a good reason. I finished this. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but it sounded like Kitty Thunderdome upstairs. And then there was thump, 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 thump down the stairs. And I know you heard Buster's yowl as he was chased back into this room by Dharma. Oh, the joy of having cats. So as I was saying, I finished To Follow You, I'm Not Content by Prairie Moon. It's an out-of-print chart. Picture This Plus 32 Count Belfast Cauldron. I know I just went through this, but this is a new video. This is done entirely in Weeks Dye Works, except for the black. The black I did in Anchor Black because black is black. So I finished this and I'm super stoked and excited about it, and I need to measure it and see what size frame I need to get. I have several pieces now that I need to frame. Little ones like this I can totally frame myself. It's pretty easy to center and get pinned in right. The hard part for me is having the depth of the frame deep enough and it not like with the foam core coming off the back. So if anybody has any tips or tricks on getting the back of the frame to stay on, that's what I need. That's what I need. My glasses. Oh, beautiful, don't I? Lovely this morning. Today is going to be a day of stitching because it's my weekend. This is my weekend. Today's going to be a day of stitching and a little bit of cleaning and laundry. Minimal cleaning and laundry. I do need to put on kind of real clothes and go out because I've got to run by my office, which is no big deal. And I think I'm going to walk today. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel, you know, pardon my language, but not like a piece of shit. It's not much. It's just a little bit of walking, but it makes me feel not like a piece of shit. So, moving back to her today, because I've got to finish her. So here is my starting point on Angel of Love. My cats are in such a weird mood. Sounded bad. I've got to finish the beading at the bottom of the dress. I have to bead the sphere in her hands, back stitch her skin and face. What the heck, guys? Buster. Maybe I should go into the foyer and see if there's a monster down there, because they just came rip-roaring tearing up the stairs with Fluffy Tail and then stood at the top of the stairs looking downstairs, both of them like this. Like there was a monster down there. Pretty sure we don't have monsters. I hear nothing. It'll be fine. So I've got to bead the sphere in her hands, back stitch the skin in the face, a little bit of beading in her hair, and bead the halo. I think I can finish this weekend. It's pretty confident and cocky, I know, but I think I can. And that's my goal. I know I'll finish it this week, but I think I can do it this weekend. So here goes nothing, people. I'm going to have some coffee out of my Owl Buddy mug, and get started on this bad boy with some Flosstube. So after this, if I don't show you a clip of something between now and then, we'll see how much I got done today, which I'm hoping is impressive. You guys have a great day. Guys, you have to ignore my crazy hair and no makeup. I can't believe what just happened. Last night I finished To Follow You, I'm Not Content. Tonight I finished something else. I kind of feel like I might cry. I cannot believe I finished her. Oh my God. What do I do with my life now? I don't normally sign a lot of work, but I think I'm going to figure out a place to put my name or initials on this one. Not just because it's a present for my mom, but I mean, we're looking at her again. In fact, why don't we stop this and I'll put her over on the table or in the kitchen and we'll do some close-ups. Yeah, that's happening. So here we go. Some close-ups of Angel of Love. I should really be doing this in the daytime when you guys can see it better. But it's late at night and I just finished her. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I just did this. Some of the beads are crazy, but even on a 28 count, some of these just don't fit well. I may try to straighten some of them before I take her to the framers. Oh my gosh. I know y'all are going to watch this and laugh at me, but I'm just kind of in shock. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. I need to go show my husband. Night, guys. Alright guys, welcome to my kitchen. This is my sink. I bought this kit, which I really want to start in October. It came with boring plain fabric. This is what I'm doing to said boring plain fabric. Let's hope that this works. I chose not to use the soda ash for two reasons. Number one, because I'm lazy. Number two, I was reading on the package, and I'm going back over here to my craziness. The package says, lean there for a second, buddy. The package says that it pre-treats fabrics for superior dye absorption. I don't necessarily want superior dye absorption on this. I want it a little more subtle. So let's see what happens. I love that it's like already like dripping like crazy. And I also am glad I have a stainless steel sink. This is, here, back across. I'm using a variety. I'm using some cocoa brown, dark green, dark brown. And then I bought this because this is like a color of olive green is more what I wanted. But this, it doesn't look like the RIT dyes. The powder is the color that it's supposed to be. This is like more white. We'll see what,
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Lean up. Don't fall. Don't make a mess. Okay, I'll just hold this. So, cross your fingers, guys. I'll come back later with an update. Bye. Oh, for science! Here's an update of what it looks like a few hours later. It may be darker than I want it to be, but we'll see. And here's an update a few hours later of what it looks like outside. In fact, let's check that out. Pouring down rain, which means perfect afternoon for stitching. So here is the finished product. Again, here's the piece I was dying for. I did not want it as dull as or as dark as that. I also cannot see any of the green. The brown just took over. So there was 2 browns and 2 greens that went on this, and the browns just, unless some of that is actually dark green, but it looks brown. I'm not sure I love it. We'll see what it looks like when it dries, because I just rinsed it. Her dress may get lost on it. But, hold please. These are the threads. It might be okay. We'll see. If I decide to use this, you'll probably see me start this October 1st, or I may dig another fabric out of my stash for her and call this a failed experiment, because it's a little, I don't know. It looks like an untrained attempt, a novice attempt at dyeing to me. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts, because this video should be up before I start. Thanks, guys. Not caring for that color, I've decided to try to dip dye it in a solid RIT dye and darken up the lighter areas. Got my leaky faucet over there. We'll see how it turns out at current. Looks like that. Get back in there. Cross your fingers. After I dipped it in the solid brown dye bath, you can still see the modeling from the ice dyeing. I like this much better. We'll see how it looks once it dries, because these colors are going to lighten up as it dries. But I think that this is much better. I like the modeling that the ice dyeing caused, but the contrast was just way too much. I think she's going to be pretty on this. But I will let it dry, iron it, and then show you the finished product. Hey guys, it is September the 19th, and kind of watching some Flosstube and stitching after a long day at work today. And since my finish over the weekend, I am working on the Bird Keeper. So this is an out-of-print piece by The Good Huswife. I am stitching her on a 32 count earthen linen by Picture This Plus. I'm wearing my headphones because Jim and I are still trying to be a couple and hang out and spend time together, even though it's football season, and I'm so not into that. Do you want to say hey, Jim?
Hey, Jim.
But they love you, Jimmy Flosstube.
I'm not in makeup. I haven't had wardrobe yet. I'm not ready to receive.
I love my husband. So just wanted to update you guys on that. The fabric that I dyed yesterday, actually, it's more of a solid color once it had dried this morning, but you can still see some very like faint modeling from the original ice dyeing, which I actually really like. And for you, Adele, I floss tossed, put all my fabrics on there and checked it out for the Mirabilia Halloween Fairy and was like, I'm digging it. I'm kind of into it. So I'm kind of psyched and excited. I'm going to start that October 1st. And when I was at work today, there was a lull in between, like a recess and a hearing. So what did I do? I planned out what project I was going to work week by week in October of all of my like creepy stuff that I had going. So that's good and ready to go. Anything you want to add, Jen? Nope. Okay, well, I'm going to be back to watching Flosstube. I'm catching up on Delicious Threads, who apparently is another one of those great Flosstubers that I just missed somehow. So I'm watching her and trying to get up to speed. See you guys later this week. So it's Sunday. Right after this clip, I'm going to put some clips of where I went on a work trip and I took my mom with me. It's because I had to drive like 6 hours down and 6 hours back. So we spent the night and kind of did a trip together. But it's a crafting day because I've been gone and on the road and driving for 2 days. So today I'm not leaving the house much. So this is what I've done. I ironed again the piece that I dyed for the Mirabilia Halloween Fairy. That's pretty true to life as far as color goes. There's the cat fountain you guys always hear. But that's pretty true to life. I made some needle minders for the lovely lady that won my giveaway. I had already finished Angel of Love, but I just ironed her. And stitch my initials and the date on there, which might look like 76, but I promise. Whoop, there's a space in there. It says EC16. So there she is in all of her ironed glory. I'm hoping, since I just ironed her, I'm hoping I'll have time to get her to the framers tomorrow and drop her off. Make some decisions on her. And then today, I've also been working on August Primitive Hare. I got all of her back stitching done. And I've got her on this bigger frame now, which is one reason she got ironed, because she got taken off of it, finally. But I've got her on this bigger frame, so I've got her stretched out, and I'm about to start beading her. I'm hoping I can finish beading her this week. And then, guys, that'll be like 3 finishes this month. I mean, it's projects I've been working on for a pretty long time. Like, I started her January 1st. I started her December 1st. And then the other project I started in Mania. So, just kind of coincidentally that they're all getting finished up. You think I like brown fabrics? So I may take a break real quick from doing all of this. I need to try to get all of her stuff packaged up finally to get it mailed out. Figure out a way to keep her from getting wrinkled again on the way the framers. I'd love to wrap her around a tube, but do I have a tube? And then once I let my eyes rest a little, I'll get back to her. Dharma. Alright, now enjoy a few clips from my trip to Savannah with my mom. On vacation with Mom. Down on River Street in Savannah. You got the big bridge that takes you into South Carolina. River Street's famous for its cobblestone streets. You don't wear heels here, you'll bust your ass. And all these historic steps, these are some of the ones that are less steep. You gotta hold on or you will fall as well. I love these trees. All the moss, it's so pretty. Still Sunday, and I have gotten started on beading August Primitive Hare. Trying to get it where it's not blurry. Just so much light from the light. Here we go. So I've started beading. Brought that tendril up. Worked down the wings. Then once I got to that tendril on the wing, brought it down, and thank goodness it matched up to where it was supposed to. So I'm calling that a success for the night, and calling it a night until tomorrow, because I was crossing my fingers that that was going to match up. And on this 32 count, I mean, some of those beads are just wedged in there. That is supposed to be a straight line of beads. I could probably get them straighter, but maybe I'll fight with it more tomorrow. Night, guys. Hey guys. Of course I start filming and Investor starts meowing because that's just how that works. It is after work on Monday, September 26th. No real stitching updates or anything since I filmed yesterday. I haven't touched August Primitive Hare since I got home. What is it, sir? Would you like up here? Do you want to make an appearance? Hold, please. Well, that was short-lived. No real stitching news or anything since yesterday, but I did take Angel of Love to the framers today. And when I say I take to the framers, like, there are no stitching shops near here. Like, the closest stitching shop is probably have to be Dixie Darlings up in Pigeon Forge would be my guess, and I would have to like Google map it, but I would guess that's like 6 hours one way. Not happening for this chick to take a piece to be framed. So I took it to Michael's. I have had stitching pieces done at this Michael's before, and I like them. You coming back up? That's in it. But I do want to talk a bit about my experience. So I take Angel of Love. And this is the difference in taking it to like I guess, Michael's as opposed to a stitching shop. And I put it down, and right up front, because I've had issues at places before. My arm's getting tired, sorry. I said, I don't want a mat. I don't want a mat. I don't want one on the piece. I want fabric straight up to frame. I got a lot of judgment for that, and I was expecting to get a lot of judgment for that. And you guys may be judging me for that, but that's my preference, especially for this piece. You can see on my wall, some of these pieces are matted. I framed all of these. Some pieces are matted, some pieces aren't. I don't want a mat for this one. So anyway, he gave me that look that framers give you, like, oh, lover, or the southern term, bless her heart. She must not know anything about this. Whatever. So I told him, absolutely no mat. You know, don't hassle me about it. I don't want one. And I talked to Ed about it afterwards, and he was like, of course they're going to hassle you about it, because when you put a mat in, not only do they charge you for the mat, but then you have an increase in glass and an increase in frame size. So they're making even more off of your piece. So I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. I chose a dark wood frame that is about probably that wide. And it is very slightly decorative, but not overly decorative, not overly plain. I had that poor guy, I know he was ready for me to leave. I mean, dude, he pulled like a silver frame off the wall for my Angel of Love piece. There's no silver in that piece. It's full of metallics, but... And then, like, I pulled a similar frame that was not gold, but had some metallic tones to it, and he's like, ooh, I don't know about that one. Ugh. And I'm thinking, put a flippin' silver one on it, dude. But anyway, I chose the one that it finally was. It was one, he finally just was like, just come behind the counter. Just come behind the counter and go through all of the frames. So that's what I did. And I picked the one that I wanted, and I'm very happy with it. And I'll try to insert a picture after this of where I took it, laid on the counter with it. I hope that it turns out well. Spent like the extra 20 bucks and got the non-reflective masterpiece glass or whatever, because I did decide to put glass on it. I just don't want... I love the idea of having it be kind of tactile and be able to touch it because of all of the beads and stuff, but Buster agrees, but I just also like the idea of it not collecting dirt and dust and spider webs and cobwebs and nastiness. So we'll see. Let's cross our fingers. It's supposed to be ready around October 10th, which is way, way too early for Christmas, but anywho. Jim's home. Hold, please. I ended up not finishing that video because I ended up talking to Jim, but here's some more footage of the park, because even though it looks like it might rain, I drug myself out here, just like I drugged myself out here last night, because this is what I gotta do. More deer. Here's the baby, the mama, and a couple of other young ones. We're in the tree line to the left. Oh, there's more babies and more over there. Hey guys, it is Thursday, September the 29th. I'm at home after work, Jim is at the gym, and I've been working diligently on August Primitive Hare and, finished her backstitching and started her beading. And I just finished her. 3 finishes this month, guys. So let's see if we can't. Oh, this is so hard. She turned out very nicely. You know what? It's probably going to be better if I actually just turn the camera around and try to film this, the way I should be filming it, with me looking through the camera at this. But before I do that, there is something else I want to talk to you guys about. If you are a subscriber to Cozy Egg, or you are a subscriber to me on Instagram, you already know about this. I'm trying to think if I've discussed this in a video yet. Anyway, long story short, when I did Stitch Mania, I made sure that I had a dark and creepy piece to work on May 13th. One of the reasons that I did that is May 13th was a Friday the 13th. We know that I love the dark and creepy and the macabre and Halloween and all of those things. I'm all about it. I mean, look at what is hanging on my walls. Halloween is my time of year, people. I freaking love Halloween in October. So, Friday the 13th in Stitch Mania, I did that, and I kind of started, Cozy Egg reminded me that I had said then I wanted to, and Michelle, she reminded me that I had said then that I should do something like that. I should always stitch on something dark the 13th of the month. So I did that in September, and I said, you know what? I really, really think that I want to stitch dark all of October. The whole month. So I've talked her into it too. We're going to do dark October stitching all month. Current whips, some new starts, just throwing caution to the wind and doing it. So that's another reason that I was really rushing to get her finished, is because I wanted another finish, and I wanted to be ready to just start dark stitching October 1st, which this gives me a day in between. And honestly, an Instagrammer reminded me a little bit ago. She said, what is it she said? It's like a black moon tomorrow night, the 30th of September. I don't know what a black moon is, but that sounds like an excellent reason to start early to me. So I may do that. I may start early. But let's see, let me pull it up here on my computer, and I'll kind of run through what my current plans are with you. Because I'm this kind of girl, I'm a planner. There is a document on my computer with all of this written down. It is what it is. Here we go. Okay. I could still move these around. I could take things out. I could put things in. Loosely, I'm going to start the Mirabilia Halloween Fairy, because she's a Halloween fairy. I'm going to continue to work on Book of Spells. I'm going to bring back Curse of the Raven. I have not worked on that since Stitch Mania, because it is on the damn 40 count fabric. But I'm not giving up. I'm going to try to push through and work on that for a week. But I made sure to schedule that week a week that I'm going to be at home with said light. And now I can't see because I looked at it. Okay. I'm also going to work on Black Sky. I think I can knock out another block on Black Sky in October. And I have 2 that I might start outside Mirabilia Halloween Fairy. I have worked on kitting up Blackbird Designs Away We Ride. I also just bought a pattern that I haven't even gotten yet, and I might start it during October. It is Not Forgotten Farms Witch's Garden Sampler. I've seen it before. I don't know why. I saw it on Etsy and was just all of a sudden completely obsessed with this chart. 100% obsessed. And maybe it's because I had Dark October stitching on the brain and it's fall and it's almost October, but it's probably getting started. As long as I have or can get my hands on a piece of fabric that it's going to look good on. Get ready, people. It's about to get real dark up in here. So all of that is happening. If you watch Tracy P and you are a fan of her and on Facebook in any way, she has just also put out an open invitation to everyone to do a birthday stitch along with her because her birthday is in October. I'm going to work on that too. It's a free chart that's teeny tiny that the Primitive Hare had put out called Sister Stitcher, I believe. I'm going to try to remember to link that down below. But there's a group. There's a Facebook group. I'm really excited about that. It's been fun so far. What else? I'm just psyched. I'm really excited about just stitching on all of these dark, creepy, macabre, Halloween related pieces for all of October because you guys know those are my favorites. They are my favorites and I love them and I love October and I look forward to this time of year every year. Like I went outside this morning and the air felt cool. Like there was a crispness in the air. Finally. Finally. So nice. So nice. So let's do some close-ups of August Peridot Fairy. Right, here we go. She is still on the Q-snap. Buster and Dharma saw me get up. You're going to hear them meowing because it is time for them to be fed. Okay. Let me get down. That's going to be fun for everybody. Changes that I made. Her eyes, I believe, are not supposed to be that shade of blue. I chose that. Her skin is supposed to be backstitched in 1 or 2 strands. I did 1. The black detailing in the wings, I believe, is also supposed to be 2 strands, and I did 1. I wanted it to feel more delicate. All of these beads were tons of fun. And, you know, Mackenzie wasn't kidding. Putting those beads in, you know, the space out there with no stitching, it's no joke. Putting beads this close to the edge of my Q-snap, that was also no joke. But I was too lazy to take it off and move it. And honestly, didn't have a lot of room to play with. So, doing long strands of beads, like this right here, okay, I'm not looking at what I'm showing you. Long strands of beads side by side, like these, also no joke. Very hard to get those things to kind of lie next to each other. Oh, that's another change that I made in this. There's supposed to be some white stitches that showed up in these lighter parts of the dress. I decided that it didn't need to have white in it. I'm not a big fan of white. I also altered the wand ever so slightly. Right in here, there are 2 beads that are charted, one on top of the other, that makes the wand look bent. I removed a bead and shifted this down 1. I'm happy with her. She's beautiful. I have no idea what I'm going to do with her. Jen may just have to get over it, and there's a fairy hanging in our bedroom. Who knows? But I'm not sure how I will frame her with some of these large beads on here. That's something I'm going to have to look into. She may be one that definitely gets framed without glass. What do you think, Buster? You think Mama needs to feed you? Huh? Okay. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it is Friday, September the 30th, the last day of September, and I'm going to try to upload this tonight, so I'm doing a really quick snippet this morning before I go to work. So, I finished August's Primitive Hare yesterday, so I started the piece for Tracy's birthday sal. This is a free piece of linen that I got from Stitches and Spice when I won the Seaside giveaway. It's kind of a purpley pink mixture of hand dye. And this is from a free chart from the Primitive Hare called Sister Stitcher. This is where I printed it out. Cute. But anyway, so that's going to be it for this month. Just kind of a wrap up. 3 finishes. I've been walking a lot. My husband says he can tell the difference. I maybe can. The numbers keep fluctuating on the scale, and that's partially my fault. But anyway, dark October stitching. Join in, don't join in, do partial October stitching, do all dark October stitching. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. And everybody is invited to join in. If you're on Instagram, hashtag dark October stitching. Or, if you're on Facebook, I don't care. I don't think anyone else would care. Use it on there. I'll check on there too for hashtags. So, got crazy just blown dry hair, and I better get to work or my boss will be unhappy. Bye guys. Happy September, and it's October.